Ride the Storm by Liberatore. A lesson with me, Miss Glass. Graphics by Whimsy Clips. Here are our goals today. I can read words with magic E and other phonics rules that I have learned. I can listen to a story and then talk about the story elements. Hey there, all you Roselawn Lions. I've got my new favorite shirt on today. It says, read, and that is what we are going to do today. But first, I have a very big list of shout-outs of friends who have been tuning into the videos, whose grown-ups have been logging into Dojo. So look, I wrote them down this time. Big shout-out to my friends. That was a drum roll. My friends Julia, Dominic, Owen, Jade, Dariah, Kaylin, Kennedy, Daniela, Javion, Tamar, Mackenzie, Matthew, Tulare, MJ, Riley, Rainier. Hello, my friends. I miss you guys so much. Keep up the great work. Now, in today's story, we are going to be taking a look at this book, Ride the Storm. You guys who are in my first grade class are going to recognize some facts in here. So get ready. We're going to jump on in. We're going to practice some magic E words. And then we're going to jump into the story. Ready? Let's go. All right, guys. Let's review some magic E words. Remember, the magic E makes the other vowel say its name. So I'm going to put some words up here. You read first, and then I'll tell you what they say. Shake. Ride. Rode, like I rode my bike. Made. Like. Face. Remember that ACE makes the ace sound. Brave. Whole. Nice work. If you can read all of those words by yourself, then you are on the right track. If you're still having a hard time with the magic E's, don't worry, guys. We didn't get to them in class yet. Just keep practicing at home. Well, this is something that we've talked about in class before. When we read a story, we talk about the characters, that's who's in the book, the setting, where and when, the problem, what goes wrong, and the resolution, how the problem is solved. So as we read through the story today, I would like for you to keep these things in your head so that you can figure out the answers at the end of the book. Let's jump into the story now. Ride the Storm, written by Liberatore, illustrated by Leslie Vamos. Take a moment and think about what this book could be about. Heather loved rides and fast things. She rode on the roller coaster. The big drop was a blast. It made her yell with joy. But a clap of thunder, that made her shake. A big storm, it made her chest go thump. A twisting tornado, it made her gasp to think of it. Heather did not like bad weather. "Why does it scare me?" she said. I must face this fear. She saw a show about a storm. She squinted at the TV. Be brave, Heather, she said. Just open one eye. She had not seen a storm like this. This was a hurricane. It was a thick wall of clouds. It spun around a hole. A plane was soaring into it. Now that was a ride. Could she take a ride like that and turn her fear into fun? She read up on hurricanes to learn all she could. She went to school. She chose to study weather. She read about how a cloud takes shape and why it rains. She was a whiz about wind. Then she got a job. She could study storms up close. Would she ride up in planes? Could she do that? Yes, her wish comes true. The plane takes off. It chases a hurricane. She rides into the storm. Strong winds blow. The air rocks the plane. She feels each jolt and bump. Heather still loves rides and fast things. And this is the best ride of all. I always read you the author's note. Here's what it says. This book is inspired by Dr. Heather Holbach. Stormy weather scared Holbach as a child. Now, her job helps her better understand how weather works. Dr. Holbach studies hurricanes at Florida State University and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. As part of her job, she flies into these storms on NOAA Hurricane Hunter planes. Throughout the 8 to 10 hour flight, Holbach uses tools to measure the wind speeds at the surface of the ocean. She also observes how the sea surface changes. As the plane gets closer to the storm, she usually sees more breaking waves. The flight gets bumpier as the plane approaches the center or eye of the storm. Storm clouds called the eye wall swirl around the center of the system. Once the plane is inside the eye of the hurricane, the ride is smoother until the plane passes through the other side of the eye wall. Dr. Holbach learns more about hurricanes during each flight. And there she is in real life. Pretty cool, huh? All right, guys. Let's see if you can figure this out. Talk to whoever you're watching with, and if you need to pause the video, do that. That's fine. Who are the characters in the book, or who was the most important character? You say Heather, Dr. Holbrook? You're right. The setting's a little more difficult. Think of all of the places you saw and the when. When is a little more complicated. Turn and talk. Here's what I said. Heather's house, school, on an airplane. Those are places. And when did it take place? During storms and hurricanes. Could even say that this book took place over several years of Heather's life. All right, what was the problem? Tell me what you think the problem was in the story. Did you say Heather was scared of bad weather, or she was afraid? You're right. So how did she solve the problem? What was the resolution? She learned all she could about bad weather and studied storms. Then she wasn't scared anymore. Great work, guys. If you were able to answer all 4 of those by yourself, then that shows me that you understand the story. All right, guys, here are some ideas to extend your learning at home. You could build a model of an airplane that Dr. Holbach could use to fly into a storm. You could use Legos or cardboard or marshmallows and toothpicks. It's up to you. Use your imagination. You could draw a picture of a big storm that you have seen and write about how it made you feel. You could think about Humpty Dumpty in the book After the Fall. Talk about how he and Dr. Holbach are the same and how they're different. If you could ask Dr. Holbach 3 questions, what would you ask her? Write your questions down. These are all things that you can do at home to keep your brain strong and active while we're not in school together. Great job, guys. Now that you've got some ideas of ways you can extend your learning today, go do it. If you are one of my green birds or blue owls, take some pictures and send them to me on Class Dojo. I'd love to see the projects you guys are working on. If you are not one of my green birds or blue owls, if you are one of Miss Calhoun or Miss Tier students, send a picture to them so I can see it. You guys are doing such a great job working at home. I'm hearing such great things from your parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles and whoever you live with. I gotta say, this is a secret, okay? You guys are the best kids in like the whole world, and other teachers are super jealous that you're my students and not theirs. I'm just saying, you guys are awesome. Keep it up. I love you. I miss you. Today's Friday, so I'll be posting some more lessons next week. But if you need me in the meantime, you know what to do.